Hi guys, today we will take you into the world of Bollywood. Welcome to the part 1 of this melodious journey. Music that changes with the sun. In India, melodies aren't just heard, they're timed to the day. Carved in stone, carried by voice, captured on tape. India's melody has survived every format. A line from a song can pop into your head and decide to stay there. It becomes a quiet friend on a long walk. It plays softly in your head as you work. That's the simple, gentle magic of Bollywood music. It doesn't ask for permission. It just arrives and makes a home in your memory. This music started its journey in the heart of India, born from the dreams and stories of its cinema. But its journey didn't end there. It traveled quietly, over radio waves and on ocean liners, crossing deserts and mountains, to find new listeners in every corner of the world. The birth of a sound, music in early Indian cinema. The story of Bollywood music begins with the story of Indian cinema itself. In the early days, films came alive with spectacles of light and shadow. Directors realized that a story could be told not just with pictures, but with songs too. Music wasn't an interruption, it was a necessary part of the story. A song could express deep joy, or the deepest sadness, often more powerfully than words alone. People came not just for the heroes and heroines, but for the beautiful music to take home. Early soundtracks blended Indian classical and folk with Western harmonies. You could hear the soulful sitar with a sweeping string orchestra, the playful dholak with a bright piano, showing a changing India, honoring its roots while looking forward. The voices that defined an era, legendary singers. A song is a beautiful vessel, but the singer's voice breathes life into it. Those early decades were filled with voices that were emotionally resonant, that could make you feel. Lata Mangeshkar, her voice, clear and pure like a mountain spring. India's nightingale. For decades, her songs became the soundtrack of generations, a gentle comfort, a presence like home. Then, Mohammed Rafi, warmth and versatility, a rich tapestry of emotion. He captured joy and pain, playfulness and depth, even heroism. When Rafi sang, you believed him. Kishore Kumar, a force of nature, singer, actor, comedian. Infectious energy, a modern spirit. From yodels to heartbreaking ballads, fun and unpredictability. These voices became family, at weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, crossing languages. Feel hope in Mukesh, devotion in Mana Day. Emotion carried their music across borders. The maestros behind the magic, composers and their vision. Behind every timeless song is a composer, a quiet architect of emotions. In Bollywood's golden age, music directors were true visionaries. They painted with sound. They didn't just write tunes, they laid the foundation of Indian popular music. Guardians of heritage, ragas and folk songs, evoking place and history with deep respect. There were also curious innovators, listening to Hollywood, jazz swing, and Latin beats, thoughtfully integrating them. A soaring violin could elevate a raga, a piano riff could modernize a folk tune, layered, sophisticated, appealing. Simple, powerful emotions, a mother's love, romance, separation, the melody told the story. Accessible, democratic, human, within 5 minutes, a whole emotional world. Excellence carried this music far and wide, touching hearts that knew nothing of its origins, but understood everything of its feeling. The journey of Bollywood music across the world didn't start with a big marketing campaign. It began in a personal and a humble way. The first ambassadors were Indian people themselves, migrating to the UK, East Africa, the Caribbean, and the North America. They packed treasures with them, Gramophone records and cassettes, soundtracks of memories, a vibrant way to keep their culture alive. These songs became cornerstones of community life. Diwali and Eid, Mohammed Rafi and Lata filled the air. Weddings played celebratory film songs, inviting everyone to dance and participate. Songs were taught to children, passed down, a living tradition connecting generations. This music moved out of the community through friendship and hospitality. An overheard tune, a felt rhythm, shared with one listener at a time by gentle invitation. Indian films were shown in small theatres. Non-Indian audiences met Bollywood. Even without dialogue, songs carried joy and emotion to new shores. A precious cargo filled with melody. As Bollywood music entered new spaces, it drew in Western ears. It wasn't a takeover, but a slow discovery. The enchanting sitar captured people's imagination in the 1960s. Rock and pop bands incorporated it into their music, making its echoes spread far and wide. Curious listeners traced its origins, from the sitar to classical music, and then to the film songs that used it beautifully. Its influence came slowly, a Shankar Jaikishan drum groove sampled by funk, a vocal phrasing that inspired jazz, a catchy phrase reinterpreted in pop. Many heard Bollywood's influence without knowing it, like a spice in a familiar dish. Radio helped. Classics were played on late-night shows. Listening to Asha Bhosle or Kishore Kumar could be a revelation. The energy, the complex arrangements, the emotional power. These moments sowed seeds that prompted people to explore further. Perception shifted from exotic to artistic merit. Critics praised the sophisticated production and songwriting. The West discovered a musical treasure. The most powerful way early Bollywood music conquered the world was by becoming the life of the party. Not just for thinking, it was made for celebration, community, joy. Weddings were incomplete without classic film songs. There was a song for every moment. Melancholy for the farewell, playful teasing for the Mendi, and floor fillers for everyone. The festive spirit was contagious. Friends from other cultures also felt the joy, the steps, and the rhythm. Soon, Bollywood hits were playing alongside Motown and rock, from birthdays in Chicago to New Year's in Sydney. Public festivals and fairs echoed with the sound of cinema, large, diverse crowds humming a tune as they walked by. Fun, color, community, and moves that were easy to love and imitate. Classes opened in Europe and North America. People connected with exuberance by dancing to songs by Helen or Shami Kapoor. Music moved from the ears to the feet, joyful, universal. Ultimately, the global spread of early Bollywood music is a human story. People carried their culture with them, building bridges to new homes. For the first generation, songs were a lifeline. A Mukesh melody could take you back to childhood, to the markets, and home again. In a strange world, this music provided stability, identity, comfort, a piece of home in the heart, a precious heritage. Mothers, fathers passing songs to their children. For the next generation, songs connected heritage to the present, a shared family language. Friendship spread the music, demystifying culture until it became my friend's favorite song. And so, we followed the gentle path of early Bollywood music, from its homeland to across the world, born from fusion and powered by legendary voices. It traveled in suitcases and on airwaves, at the center of joyful celebrations. It was not a conquest of force, but a victory of feeling. It crossed borders with simple messages, love, hope, community, that were universal and pure. Those early songs laid the groundwork for everything, pioneers whose legacy lives on in today's global phenomenon. Classics are living culture, still played at weddings, remixed in clubs, and discovered anew. Lata, Rafi, SD Burman, and many others still inspire today. This concludes the first part of our story. We've seen how the seeds were sown. How did this music grow with remixes, MTV, and the internet? That's another story for another time. Thanks for watching. Please join us for the next part, as we continue our journey to the wonders of Bollywood.